Idealism is a philosophical belief that ideas, thoughts, and the mind are the most important aspects of reality. According to idealism, the physical world we see and interact with is shaped by the way we think about it. It suggests that everything we experience depends on our perceptions and ideas. In simple terms, idealists believe that the mind and ideas are the foundation of all existence. This philosophy contrasts with materialism, which holds that physical matter is the primary reality and that ideas are secondary. Idealism has been influential in many areas, including education, art, and politics, where it encourages people to strive for perfection and focus on ideals rather than just practical realities. One example of idealism can be found in education. Teachers who follow idealist principles emphasize the importance of developing students' minds by encouraging them to think deeply and explore big ideas. They might prioritize teaching subjects like philosophy, literature, and ethics because these subjects encourage students to reflect on concepts like truth, beauty, and justice. Instead of focusing only on practical skills, they inspire students to dream about how they can make the world a better place. Another example can be seen in historical movements. Many leaders who have fought for social change were driven by idealism. Martin Luther King Jr., for instance, envisioned a world where people of all races could live together in harmony. His famous "I Have a Dream" speech reflected his belief in the power of ideals to create a better future, even when the reality of his time was filled with inequality and discrimination. In art, idealism is evident in works that aim to portray beauty and perfection rather than just reality. For example, the Renaissance period in Europe produced art and literature that celebrated human potential and sought to express ideals of balance, harmony, and excellence. Paintings by artists like Michelangelo and Leonardo da Vinci often depicted people and scenes in an idealized form, showing what humans could aspire to rather than what they actually were. One of the strengths of idealism is that it inspires people to aim for a better world. By focusing on ideas and values like justice, truth, and equality, idealism encourages individuals and societies to think beyond their current limitations and strive for improvement. This is especially important in movements for social change, where the ability to envision a better future motivates people to take action. Without the influence of idealist thinking, progress in areas like civil rights, environmental protection, and education might not occur as quickly or at all. Another strength of idealism is its emphasis on the mind and creativity. Idealists believe that human imagination and thought are powerful tools for understanding the world and solving problems. This focus on intellectual and creative development has led to many advancements in art, science, and philosophy. For example, thinkers like Plato and Kant, who were influenced by idealism, developed ideas that shaped entire fields of knowledge and continue to influence how people think about morality, politics, and human nature. Idealism also promotes a sense of purpose and meaning. By focusing on ideals, people can find direction and motivation in their lives. Whether it's pursuing a career that aligns with their values, fighting for a cause they believe in, or simply striving to be a better person, idealism provides a framework for living a meaningful life. Despite its strengths, idealism is not without its criticisms. One common criticism is that it can be overly focused on abstract ideas and disconnected from reality. Critics argue that idealists sometimes ignore practical challenges in favour of pursuing lofty goals that may be impossible to achieve. For example, in politics, an idealist might advocate for policies that sound good in theory but are difficult to implement in practice due to economic or social constraints. Another criticism is that idealism can lead to frustration and disappointment. When people set their expectations too high or focus on achieving perfection, they may feel disheartened if their efforts fall short. This can make it harder to appreciate progress or accept compromise, which is often necessary in real-world situations. For example, a person fighting for social justice might feel overwhelmed by the slow pace of change and become discouraged if they focus only on their ultimate ideal rather than recognizing smaller victories along the way. Idealism has also been criticized for sometimes ignoring the importance of the physical world. By emphasizing ideas and the mind, idealism can downplay the role of material conditions, such as poverty or access to resources, in shaping people's lives. Critics argue that addressing these concrete issues is essential for creating a just and equitable society.